Those bones are a environmental thing you could use. Behind you.
Oh look, there's a combat going on down there. Oh no, that's not Mortal Kombat, is it? Oh, I better get out of here.
Stuff. It just seems to happen.
I just stand there and environmental stuff happens.
Yeah, I
believe
hit a button
it's R1.
sometimes.
That's like what I believe too, but I keep.
Yeah. Well, how do I stop that?
She's blood magic comboing you.
Well, tell her to stop. That's not nice of her.
You won too handily in the last match, so it's balancing it.
I was noticing that. And that is interesting that the AI does that.
It wants a challenging but still ultimately beatable match, and that's sort of what they go for. And it's interesting where they try to find that balance. Yay, we beat Scarlet.
Yay.
Kodo.
And now we gotta fight. Oh no, not her. We gotta fight Errol next, I believe.
Now let's kill
Oh.
Jade.
Jade's sneaking in on your man there.
They belong together. They're a happy couple. I'm happy for them.
Not enough happy couples in video games. Hardly any.
Especially not Mortal Kombat.
I know, yeah. It feels really weird to be seeing this kind of tenderness. Kind of makes me feel bad about everything that has happened and will happen after this scene.
Your future self is
I still
Erron Black.
I still confuse him with Errol Flynn.
I live in the moment. Given who you become,
This is McCree, right?
would not have thought you so
It's Erron Black, but I feel like I want to call him Erron Flynn. And I know the film character is not the McCree guy here.
Yeah, this character definitely predated McCree, right?
Yeah, he was in the previous Mortal Kombat games.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, this guy, for some reason, McCree and this guy share enough DNA that Blizzard could 100% get away with making McCree after Erron Black, and it's like, oh, this is our original character. But if they had made this character after McCree, they would not have been able to get away with it.
Erron Black is interesting because, unlike a lot of the other characters, he is more of that Street Fighter style character about zoning, because he sort of controls horizontal lines by using guns so much. He's interesting.
Oh shit.
Oh, it's the cool thing where he's gonna shoot you in the eyes.
Oh, somebody else is wandering around in the background.
Through the coins, through the eyes.
Yep, that was completely hideous.
Exactly. Now you're catching on.
What are those coins made of?
Oh.
Gold!
Bullet money.
What physical properties do they possess?
Only the...
I'm just gonna keep throwing
They're
the shield at
actually
you.
coins with a K, which is actual currency in some of the Mortal Kombat games.
Currency.
I do miss the crypt proper. I'm not a fan
I
of the new
love the crypt.
No.
The old kind.
crypt. Yes, the old crypt is great. Yeah, I'm about 4 seconds behind, and I just got that. That was great.
Yeah, I'm a little behind too, but you're doing a really good job against Sonya Blade, Josh.
Wait, have we even fought Sonya? Oh yeah.
He's
that was
joking.
the first
He's
fight.
yeah. It's a joke. Comedy.
I know it's a joke, Chris. I was trying to think of when we fought Sonya Blade, and then I was like, oh yeah, that first fight where we murdered her.
I love that move. I love it.
It's hard to keep... people die and come back to life so many times. Probably not Sonya, we hope not. At least voiced by a different person.
Wait, is our weapon basically like a Makui, except instead of, you know, flint, it's just a regular sword? It's like if a Makuit wasn't a Makuit, but was just a sword.
Nice, you got him in the beam too.
I don't know how
Right,
to turn
the
those
beam.
beams on. Whoa.
Stuff is happening, but it's cool.
What?
Do your
Whoa.
fatal blow.
Oh! He
No, he
blocked
blocked
it.
it.
I thought it had gone, but then he blocked it, and then he punched me.
I like how little fanfare there was there. It didn't even like give you a big "you lost." It was just like,
Yeah,
try
it's
that
like,
again.
whatever.
So reckless.
Hang on a minute. Time wasn't supposed to go this way.
Just spam your Captain America
Wait,
shield throw.
so is this also like the past version of Erron Black, who is
Yes.
presumably also the past version of somebody?
I believe he's the past version of Erron Black. I can't remember if his present version is alive or not. I think he died.
Yeah, but wait, also, like, isn't Erron Black, like, from the past? Like, already?
No, he's a gunslinger for hire.
Oh, so he's like
You
just
can be a modern
cowboy.
cowboy. Yeah. McCree's a modern cowboy too. He's got the robot arm.
You're gonna survive this. It's fine.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I gotta keep delivering these dogs up there. They got an insatiable appetite for horned demon dogs, and I just gotta keep taking them up on the elevator.
I didn't realize he could get hit by his own dynamite.
More like Erron Black.
Almost every character has a like really unique projectile that is not just like a thing that they necessarily shoot out, but like interactable by both people, which is always fun.
Except Johnny Cage, because Johnny Cage sucks.
Just don't know enough about Johnny Cage to know about his special projectile.
Well, you could take a
Basically,
guess.
just he glows green.
Oh, does it?
But yeah, see how that fight
What is
was
this
way
happy
easy.
saunter up the stairs? Oh, yeah, I killed a cowboy. Fuck yeah.
Wouldn't you be
The camera's
pumped?
gonna pan down onto that skirt. Just like
The real
you have to
problem is
stare at
Shao
Cole
Kahn.
Kahn's butthole for 5 seconds.
Empires must expand or die.
It's not gonna be a fight.
It will eventually, but not the way you think. No, that would be cool. But that is the one thing I wish this game did more of, like weird gameplay bits that aren't quite like 1v1.
Oh, are we gonna, this is Sparta?
You alone.
Like punching
okay,
a
here we
car.
Fight.
Need to punch cars again.
I missed that. Battle
Okay,
of
so
the
I
slow
figured out-
giant dudes.
What? Why is he posing?
Because he's Shao Kahn, and it's funny. Also, I believe that's a Tom move where if you attack him while he's doing that, you get hit. Or that just might be every other character that has a move like that. Maybe he's just Shao Kahn and he's taunting.
No, he decided to throw a fucking spear. That's no fun. Nope.
It's funny how like little proportion there is between how visceral the move looks and how much damage it does. Like, kind of smack somebody with a fussy kick, that's a little bit of damage. Impaling with a spear, that's a little bit of damage.
I mean, it's all over the top, but it makes it really entertaining to watch. Like, you just sawed a guy in half with a giant axe, and then he hit you with a
I
sledgehammer.
don't like me using that move anymore.
Start throwing. I do like Shao Kahn trying to hit you with a block of wood and having it just infinitely sail over your head.
Can't all be winners.
Alright, look out. He's got his
Fail
ultra
blow.
move. He might...
No, we're
you
good.
got
Do that.
You are Khan no more.
So is he just Shao now?
Well, technically, he's not a Khan now, so yeah, he's just Jerry
Well,
Shao.
now he's... Well, I mean, we made it official, though. You are Khan.
Jerry.
So what do we call him?
Jerry.
Jerry.
Is that what you said?
It's just... I don't
Sure,
think
let's
so.
go with Jerry.
Yeah.
Not known, stranger.
Jerry Cow. Jerry. Shao. Is it Shao Jerry or Jerry Shao? That's what I want to know.
Oh, yeah. Well,
We were allies.
it's hard to say.
Became enemies.
He works at like a 7-Eleven in the Midwest somewhere.
Khan. Everything changed after your
Someone walks up and asks what flavor. Someone walks up to the slushy machine and tries to choose a flavor, and he's like, "Choose your destiny."
protect Earthrealm. You lashed out at all realms you deemed threats.
That cannot be.
My Raiden wears Shinnok's amulet as a symbol of his fury.
Be assured, Kotal Khan. I am not that Raiden. We have common cause. Both in solving...
So
He's
they're
still-
going for
he's-
about an hour.
He's still fully dressed as Shao Kahn. He just has a little name tag that says Jerry.
To Earthrealm.
Yeah.
Learn what temporal anomalies have occurred there. We must better understand the
because he-
phenomena.
Well, we'll
experience.
Gamer
We'll let-
come in. Cool Shao Kahn cosplay, bro.
So,
And he just grumples.
this is Kombat.
Do we want to let this cutscene play out and then call it, or do
Yeah.
we want to?
We'll
threatens Outworld. I must seek
So basically, this is the people from the past, this side, the good guys from the past, deciding they need to figure out what they're going to do, and they're going to go find their future selves and find out what happened to themselves. And not all of them are going to find good news, unfortunately.
Womp.
Gee, I can't imagine why.
And that will lead to some of them fighting themselves, and others fighting their previous friends, and it gives us a big ol' excuse for a lot of fight,
This hive, yet you aid me.
even amongst the good guys, which solves our problem of, like, why would Johnny Cage fight someone like Sonya Blade?
And she betrayed him to Shinnok.
Is that guy just like really stretching his?
No, he's got
his
multiple
upper
arms.
chest the whole time.
He's
That's what I
got-
mean. Yeah, but like, it doesn't look like the natural
does
place
look-
to put those.
No, it looks deeply uncomfortable, and I've never been a fan of his character design. It feels like one of a leftover from an era where, like, Goro is cool, and if 4 arms are cool, 6 arms have got to be great, and I'm not a fan of it.
I wasn't that a big part of when they had weapons and switching weapon styles. So you had each character had like their own weapon set. So he had him like hidden back there, and I don't know. It worked more when they were highlighting that, I think.
Yeah, they did, and they had that stances or whatever it was called. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they have it the presets where you have to choose a character select.
Legends are true.
Chronica looks like the childlike empress if she played Protoss.
So you broke time.
That is a good way to describe it.
stopped time.
Yeah.
I enlist all those who disdain.
Do you think
Earth
that
forces.
golden plate is just a hat, or do you think it's like attached to her skull?
I was gonna say it's like Nebula meets the original
I offer a great
Tilda Swinton from Doctor Strange.
error, Shao Kahn.
Ooh, yeah.
Raiden will not exist to
I also see that.
You can wipe Raiden from history.
It is an immense task. Requiring
I like the Devora design. She's not bad.
My hourglass requires protection while I work. Will your Outworld armies defend it?
Really, I just love the character design in this game in general. I love this game's characters. They're well designed. They're interesting looking. Okay, Shao Kahn's kind of an idiot, but he's a
What
holdover
perfect
from
timing.
whatever.
Anyone, explain to me what the hell.
But even just like looking at '90s Johnny Cage versus current Johnny Cage, you can see the sort of arc the character took, right? Going from like self-absorbed '90s guy who's real into himself, making these crappy kung fu movies, versus sort of like middle-aged dad who happens to have responsibilities that are weird comic book universe responsibilities, but whatever.
Authoritarian attitude adjustment.
Yeah, about that. What happened to Dark You? How come you're an only child and
I
I
love
got
how
an evil
Johnny
twin?
Cage, older, has basically a dad bod.
As an immortal, I exist outside the normal laws of time. That could explain.
Johnny
why
Cage
I
the
am
Younger is weird because, like,
Thanks.
Weird.
it's weird in the same way Mysterio is weird. Like, Mysterio's origin story doesn't really work in 2019 because he was a special effects artist that, like, never got the credit he wanted. Johnny Cage's thing was, like, he was a kung fu artist, he was a martial artist who never got credit for doing all his own stunts in his movies because everyone thought it was a stunt actor or fake. And he wanted to prove how good he was at martial arts, and that's why he went into the Mortal Kombat tournament. Martial arts movies aren't really a thing in 2019, at least not on a blockbuster scale sense. They're more of a niche thing that's usually not made by American Hollywood studios.
Yeah, I mean, they still do kung fu movies in China, sort of.
Follow me.
But that's part of the reason I think he's still
Yes, Mom.
time displaced from the 90s. He was still from that Shanghai Noon era of
You have no
we still make the occasional ninja movie.
How do I say this? This morning we were on a mission.
So you were saying that Cassie Cage and Sonya Blade look the same age, and I think here's the reason. They literally are now about the same age.
Yeah, now they look exactly the same.
Seriously?
They even got the same hairstyle.
And now here you are.
God, she sucks at acting.
Be my sister.
Like, it's not just her terrible beliefs, right? Like, Ronda Rousey sucks as a person, but just putting all that aside, she can't, like, you're putting her next to real voice actors who are, like, paid to do this professionally, and it sticks out like a sore thumb.
Bust up your alma mater, Liu Kang.
The Dragon Brother.
Like, we haven't even gotten to Scorpion and Sub-Zero, which are, like, Steve Blum and I can't remember who. But, like, they're like decent voice actors that are paid to do this professionally, and the rest of the cast are, and it's pretty good. And then Sonya Blade.
Protected by powerful magic, the deadliest traps. I am sure our counterpart from
That was a question I had, is do they, like, preserve pretty much the same voice cast over the many iterations of these games?
Oh,
or...
no.
Never.
There's been a lot of switches for good, for mostly bad, lately.
Oh, for this
Because
movie
they
worked, or
got
this movie,
rid
the
of
show
Ashley
works.
Birch too, right? Wasn't Ashley Birch originally Cassie?
I don't know.
I forget.
Was the casting of this game affected by the voice actor strike? Although it's
yes.
got, if it's got Stephen Bloom in it, then you know you've got SAG-AFTRA actors, so I'm not sure.
She was originally Cassie. I just looked it up. She was indeed, and is not in this game.
And yeah, and like the Mortal Kombat 10 version is just like that whole the narrative that was going on there, plus like the voice acting made it like much better. So it's kind of a loss.
So we've got Kung Lao and Liu Kang coming to their monk temple to find that it's already been desecrated and people are going in to get stuff, and we're going to find out later what that is.
Why is it everywhere we go we end up fighting?
So many Shaolin.
When will it end?
They died defending our sacred ground.
How long is this story?
If you skip the cutscenes, not very long at all. If you don't skip the cutscenes, 8 hours, maybe a little less, maybe closer to 6. It's not crazy long. It's basically it goes through most of the characters in the game, and they each get about 3 fights, and each get about 20 minutes of cutscene apiece. So, you know, that's 6-7
I'm
hours.
starting to see why you wanted to ask if we wanted to just like quit right then and there.
We're coming up on the end of it. Really, the question was, as soon as we boot the game up next time, it's going to start this cutscene again, and then we're going to jump straight to a fight. And did we want the context for that fight to be at the beginning of next episode, or do we want to watch all this happen and then see a fight start and then quit the fight, and then next time we start the episode, we're going straight to a fight, even though we're going to have to skip this cutscene again?
I submit, it would be really funny if Liu Kang just died there and like we skipped to someone else.
But like that moment right there, isn't that cute? Like, it's a good character moment. Liu Kang does it the right way by timing and studying and becoming a proper monk. Kung Lao just throws his hat because he knows how to sidestep the system. Like, they know how to write
And how to
quick
throw his
character
hat.
moments. Well, he also knows how to. Yes, that's true. But like, they know how to write
wants
these
to
quick.
see his hat thrown.
I don't think Liu
That-
Kang knows how to throw hats.
And finally, we have Scorpion, but it's evil Scorpion from the olden days, the Revenant Scorpion.
When was Scorpion never like? When was Scorpion not evil? I thought he was always evil.
In the new timeline,
in
he
New
became
Game.
good instead of bad.
Oh,
Scorpion
Yeah.
is
And that's
good.
one of the things that
Sub-Zero's
changed.
bad. Sub-Zero's the bad one.
Scorpion doesn't kill
Even
us.
I
No,
know.
they're
No,
both good now.
Sub-Zero's
They're
always
both good
good.
Oh, okay.
Scorpion was the one
Well,
that was.
There was
Sort of.
there was the kind of bad Sub-Zero when one of his brothers was turned into a robot, or one of his
Yes.
members was turned into a robot. When Smoke was
It
turned,
was his brother.
Smoke?
It was.
That's
his
right, it was his
bro-
brother.
Yeah.
When you said one of his members was turned into a robot, I'm like, the man got a robot penis?
No, that's
only one of his penises was turned into a robot.
There are two
Get it
different
right.
there are two different ninja clans. I can't remember their names.
This guy doesn't let up.
Well, we'll come back and
Controller off. What's?
Well, when we come back next time, we will watch Josh lose to Scorpion. How about that?
Did you see we're coming up on an hour?
Yeah, this
Oh,
is it.
we
gotta-
are well over an hour now.
Yeah, there's no new episode. This is it. Oh, actually, I guess we might be doing this next week as well. I see what you mean.
Actually, going on vacation next week. Well, I could maybe.
Well,
record this.
I could do a secret special episode that is about this game on the Switch.
I do want to see you failing at doing the Switch version.
Oh, first of all, I wouldn't fail. I'd be kicking ass and taking names. But it's the Switch version, so there's two problems with that. One, it's the Switch version, and I don't see what you're seeing on your screen now, but it ain't look like this. It looks bad. So that's problem number one. Problem number two is that I get constant disconnects because as much as I love this game, and I do sincerely love this game, both mechanically and its story, the always online bullshit makes this game virtually unplayable for me, which is why I still have yet to even finish the story. So that's the thing. But I would like to try to show people the Switch version, just so they could get a view of what it looks like versus this, which is impressively different.
I will say that, you know, to be fair to Mortal Kombat, that whether or not these moves literally make any sense, they are a perfect visual representation for how bad you were losing.
He won! He just won the fight!
Yeah, he did.
One of the.
Everyone gets messed up in the end, though. Is the lesson.
That is one of the things that's interesting to me. The battle damage from Injustice was removed. And I think Mortal Kombat X had that too, or at least Mortal Kombat 9 did. Where like over the course of the match, your clothes would start to fall apart, damage would be apparent on the character. That doesn't seem to happen so much anymore.
I think
Someone's
wasn't
ringing
that
my
a major
doorbell.
part of the X-ray moves where like that was
Went
part of
to
the
your door.
permanent damage that they got rid of?
I don't want to answer
Yeah.
my door. All right, I'll be right back.
Alright, now Josh is answering his door after having died.
Also,
God.
after saying that we could have just ended.
And just dribbling his microphone like a basketball.
Yep. That's what it is. Josh doesn't have a mic stand, he just has a basketball. It explains so much.
So, also, if I do a Switch episode, I do kind of want to also look at the things that Josh is not going to be able to do, namely, the fatalities, and also the, item system, the unlock system, the reason it's always online, the towers, all of that stuff. I find that stuff really interesting, and I kind of want to talk about it, because we're not really talking about the story here so much. Like, I enjoy the story, but we're not really focusing on that. We're mostly focusing on Josh getting beat up and laying face down in a pool of
Progressing
what is
through the
probably Liu
game.
Kang's blood.
Face
Yes.
down in the dirt.
But seriously, if you like Saturday morning cartoons and you like ultraviolence, Mortal Kombat is a good, fun mix of both.
And we're lucky that it hasn't just gone to complete shit over the years, like many long-standing fighting game franchises, like Soul Calibur.
Ooh.
Look, I picked up Soul
Well, I
Calibur
don't think
5, and
anyone
it's-
agrees that they've 2 isn't their favorite, or 3.
I'd agree with that. Yeah, 2 and 3 was the series that had Zenith. You're not wrong.
So it's like, and unfortunately, a lot of Japanese fighting games are just super inaccessible. So you are less likely to see people that are willing to play those with you or having picked them up.
So a friend, colleague of mine, runs a LARP, which includes an element of kind of a blood sport arena. It's kind of like a sort of Roman Empire with witchcraft kind of decadent thing. Anyway, how they do that is that they have the gladiators in the game made into characters in one of the most recent Soul Caliburs, and they actually just set the AI to fight itself and have people place bets on it with all these custom characters. I thought that was a pretty cool integration of a fighting game into a LARP.
So do you think it was salesmen or Mormons or Girl Scout cookies?
They don't make
Pizza.
it out of the Las Vegas desert. It's the Mafia.
The debt comes due.
He has been gone a while.
I'm wondering if any of this is going to make it into the episode, but I hope it all does, because I love the idea of the last 20 minutes of this episode being Liu Kang's corpse and us just talking about random crap over it.
Oh, here
And then we
comes.
Oh,
have
he's
the entire
back.
I'm
desert
super
to
dead.
bury him in, so...
Alright, so is that the episode, Josh? Are we finishing up now?
I think we ended at some point. I just talked to someone who was trying to sell me extermination services for bugs,
Whoa,
so that was...
none of us would have guessed that one.
That wasn't on the list.
Which is
Well, now you
weird
have to
'cause
at
it's a
least
gated
include
community,
that.
I don't think people are allowed to solicit, but who knows?